All right, guys, what a week, right? To say that this week was an insane week trading would be an understatement, right? On an intraday basis this week, we saw 500-point moves, 800-point moves, 1,000-point moves almost every day this week. Guys, these are the weeks that you got to be thanking God that you're a day trader, because the ability to forecast and spot these starting points of trends is like taking candy from a baby. So anyway, in this video, I'm going to show you how we took this long signal just around 10:58 a.m. Very clean chart setup, and I'm going to show you how we nailed the exact low for 300 points on the Dow. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. All right, guys, what is up? I would wish many of you a great trading week, but I know that most of you had a phenomenal trading week. And, I think you guys have heard me say this before, right? When volatility rushes back into the market, and in most times out of the blue, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've missed the boat, right? When the VIX is high, when the NASDAQ VIX is high, when the Russell VIX is high, when the gold VIX is, when volatility in general is at a very high level, there are trading opportunities like you wouldn't friggin' believe. And I'm not joking. I think many of you know that, okay? For those of you that saw the market moves this week, it honestly defied belief. If you really think about it, all summer long, all of June, all of July, the market did nothing but go straight up, right? Which means the volatility sank to an all-time low. Now, you guys know, whenever the market volatility gets very quiet and everything is complacent, you know that a violent, volatile period in the market is just around the corner. And that's what we saw this week. That is where you saw the 500-point, the 800-point, the 1,000-point moves this week. And guys, that is how you have $10,000 days, $20,000 days. Right? Forget about trading stocks, forget about trading some of those quiet Forex pairs. Guys, I am telling you, the action these days is 100% in the futures markets. The Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell, gold, oil, you name it. Okay? And you futures traders out there, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, so this video is going to be more of a case study on how to be selective with your trading, on how to be diligent with your trades, on how to wait for a trend to start and how to get in on that trend, okay? And I'm going to show you this method that anybody can learn in 5 minutes or less, okay? So for those of you guys that haven't seen any of my videos before, and I think this is kind of obvious here, but I'll explain this anyway. On my proprietary Dynobars charting platform, the first green bar after any sequence of red bars, that's your long signal, right? I don't think you need to be a brain surgeon to figure that out. When you get this signal bar, you are now on the lookout for buying opportunities. You're a buyer. But you don't want to just rush in and go long at the top of this bar, right? You want to wait for the price to retrace and give you a really, really nice fill within the context of what may be a potential massive uptrend, right? You don't know that the price is going to take off for 300, 500, 1,000 points. All you can do is wait for that retracement and get in at the right time. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to draw the signal bar in both our charts, our higher time frame charts and our smaller time frame charts, which, guys, I hope you remember, the smaller time frame chart is how you physically drill down on a microscopic level and take the entry and place your stop. Okay, so just to recap, we've taken this long signal from our master chart, our higher time frame chart, and we've drawn that signal bar into our smaller time frame chart. Okay, one other thing we do have to do is we want to draw this high and this low, and we want to draw that as our retracement zone into our slave chart. And again, guys, there's nothing complicated about what I'm showing you here, right? We're simply drawing a zone. Once again, you don't need to be a genius to figure out what a retracement zone means. Okay, so let's just go ahead and draw that right now. Here's the top of the zone. Here's the bottom of that zone. So this zone right here has been drawn into our smaller time frame chart. Okay, so let's just go ahead and maximize the smaller time frame chart right now, what I call the T-bar chart, and let's really drill down here. Okay, so now in this retracement zone, what we're looking to do is we're looking to draw trend lines, and we're looking for longs. We're looking for a trend line break to the upside, right? So we want to draw a trend line that has this kind of slope, and we want the trend line to break to the upside. Okay, now for most of my customers, I provide a build called the automated trend lines, which is going to draw those trend lines for you. You know, you simply right click in the chart, you go to your list, you find automated trend lines longs, because as I explained, you're a buyer right now, and you simply add it, and you hit the button that says draw trend lines. Now I'm going to draw them manually because I'm a firm believer in you guys need to learn how to do stuff manually first before you get comfortable using any kind of automated trading software, right? Automated trading software is great. Many of my clients just fucking love it, but like anything else in life, you got to take baby steps, right? So guys, this is the third time I'm going to say this. There is nothing complicated with drawing a trend line. You guys have heard me say this before, right? I think I'm the only person in the world that is pounding the table on how fucking powerful trend lines are. I don't think many of you guys even realize how powerful trend lines are, and also how simplistic and effective they can be to really improve your trading on day one. Literally on day one. Okay? So what's the first thing that we do? The first thing that we do when drawing a trend line is you need to know what points to connect. And to do that, you got to draw your pivot point dots. Okay? So each one of these is a pivot point, and the high of each one of these pivot points is where you draw your dot, and that's what you use to connect your trend lines. Okay? So let's recap this from the beginning. We got our buy signal, we've drawn our retracement zone, and we're waiting for price to come back into the zone before we do what? Before we start drawing our trend lines. And you can see here, it's in the zone, which means now you can start drawing your trend lines, okay? And to draw your trend lines, you're basically looking for two falling top dots. Here's the first one, here's the second one. Okay, great. Let's just go ahead and draw the trend line just like that. So these 2 points have been connected, right? Now we get a second top dot over here, and when you get that second top dot here, this trend line is no longer valid. Gotta delete it. And you now gotta draw the new trend line like this, okay? Once again, guys, there is absolutely nothing complicated that I've shown you here. I feel like even a 6-year-old can grasp the concept of drawing trend lines, and like I said, I've come up with a build that will even do that work for you automatically, right? Anyway, when you have your trend lines on your chart, all you're looking for is that trend line to break to the upside. And you can see it broke to the upside right over here. And don't forget, guys, you always got to place your stop at the most recent bottom pivot to the left of your entry, which would be right here. Okay, so all you got to do is place your stop either right there or maybe even one tick below that. Okay, and that's it, right? I've shown you a simple, methodical approach to entering a trade within the context of a trend, placing your stop, and then maybe you get to break even right over here. So you can sell half your position over here, and boom, just like that, you have no risk on this trade. This is a free trade for you. You get what I'm saying? Guys, this is the smart way to day trade. Open up a trade, place your stop, and then when you get enough juice on that trade, just sell half your position. You are now playing with house money. No matter what happens on this trade, you will never lose money. Okay? Simple, clean, organized. Not at all like this chart over here, right? This is the bullshit chart, the indicator chart. This is the chart that most retail traders and noobs are trying to trade with, and they wonder why they can't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? When you have a chart like this, the professional trading chart, and you can forecast these potential turning points in the market, and you draw those potential turning points on a very microscopic level, well, guys, that's how you find success in trading. That's how you take advantage of massive, massive volatility in the market, and And that's how you make a six-figure income trading, right? Learn a method that actually works. Bring discipline to your trading, okay? Anyway, if we see how this trade played out, let's take a look and see. Well, you guys know the rest of this story, right? This thing spent the next couple of hours going from here to here, straight up for 300 points on the Dow. A potential of almost $6,000 just trading a few contracts. And we got in right over here. We placed our stop right over here. We got to break even and risk fee on this trade, and we were playing with house money. We had already gotten in early in the starting point of this signal bar. Okay, so everything, let me just clean this chart up here. Everything that I just showed you here, all right, on the T-bar chart, our smaller time frame chart, that happened right in this section here. And you can see the power behind a professional trading chart, what I call a price action chart. Guys, it makes all the difference in the world, and that's how you capture moves of 300 points, 500 points, even 1,000 points. So guys, what's the takeaway here? Well, you've heard me say this before. I think we are going to be in a very high volatility trading environment for at least the rest of 2019. I think for those of you guys that are new to trading, or even for those of you guys that are experienced at trading, it is going to be a hell of a time. And when you have the ability to forecast these type of trends in the market, when you can simply draw your highs and draw your lows and wait for that retracement before you buy, guys, I'm telling you, it's going to make trading so much more fun. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Get in touch if you'd like to learn more, and see you on the next trade.